where I call home. I've been roaming these parts since I was old enough to, well, roam. There isn't a mountain or lake out here that hasn't been explored by either me or my dad. I hope that you get a chance to fall in love with Silver Ridge Peaks. If you're anything like me, it won't take long. Good morning. I hope you got a chance to grab a big breakfast before heading out. There's a lot of ground to cover and it's tough on an empty stomach. Anyway, I'm sure you'll be glad to know that I already have a job for you. While things are quiet, I've been using our outpost to store essential supplies. There is an outpost not far from you that has a small stockpile of bottled water and canned goods. I need you to grab some things from this outpost and ferry them over to one of our observation towers. Don't worry, it's not a long journey. You'll be back to hunting in no time. Before now, we've always just used the lakes for drinking water. But ever since Dad got ill, we've had to put emergency measures in place. We always had emergency supplies, of course. But now we need to account for the possibility that our entire water table is polluted. Dad and I are convinced that it's just the one lake, polluted by the old mining sump next to it. But it's taking forever to get tests done, and it's not worth the chance of someone else getting sick.
Well, that was a whole lot of words. Alright, why don't you give me 1 minute here. They came right up to me. Oh, 3. Oh, yeah. Alright. Everything should be situated here. So, we've gotten a bit of an upgrade. We bought the Master Hunter bundle. And I really want to check out the Savannah. However, I want to experience that new with my wife first. So I've decided I wanted to check out the Silver Ridge. Right? Silver Ridge? That's where, I think that's where I am. So we did a bunch of stuff earlier today. So I have the Stradivarius now set up with something that's actually meant to take down things like these.
Even a black bear won't take on a fully grown bison lightly.
Jeez.
They're awesome creatures, and you should
Yeah,
treat them with respect if you want to live to
the
tell the
ammo
tale.
type mule deer. We could take them out. There's a pronghorn, male pronghorn coming back this way. Is he gonna keep coming this way? Holy sh! That was not what I expected at all. That hurt. That was an ouchie. And terrifying. Alright, so we got the scent. The wind is in our favor here. We're kinda concealed.
The pronghorn is the fastest land mammal in North America.
Well,
They're
probably
not as
gonna want me to get in
sensitive
a
to
little
noise
bit
as some of
closer
the other
here.
animals in the reserve, but they trust their eyes, so stay down and hidden to prevent them from bolting.
That's alarming as well. I think he's gonna go by the tree, and then he should be in a decent spot for us to take a good broadside shot here. He's getting a little closer. This is looking good. So let's get back over, track him. Where'd he go? I didn't quite catch. See, I think we'll want a different gun with some better ammo before we start trying to go after those. And I don't have anything that's meant for a 1 yet. I was kind of thinking about getting a bow for that sort of thing. That could be interesting. Yeah, I'm not too concerned with startling those guys. I don't plan on hunting them yet. Jeez, he was right around here, right? Was he a little further back? Was it even like a solid right? And we have a turkey collar now as well. It was inaccurate. That's unfortunate. What's this? Rocky Start. Okay, so that's the outpost they want me to go to. Gotcha. Let's remove it then if there's already one floaty there. Maybe we should just make our way over there and then see what other pronghorns or things we might see along the way. Any other deer? Oh. It died. Well, this early on, we really need the cash, so I'm gonna go track him down. He's going in about the direction that we want to go anyway, so that's unfortunate. I wonder where we ended up landing. I would kind of like to see what the issue was with that shot. There she is. Or he, right. It was a he. Bronze. Because we had an incorrect ammo type. It is? Oh. Good gravy. Oh, that's right. I think these polymers were like a 4. So, we're a little low. Okay. That's unfortunate. Well, let me... There we go. That was odd. So we'll make our way back down to that outpost. I think is going to be a wise idea. And actually, let me see. What do we... 2 to 6, 4 to 8. Well, that is definitely solidly... Oh, my bad. So I should actually be using the Ranger for these guys. So yeah, I think I was using Stradivarius for the moose and bear. Yeah. I actually got my first bear, my first black bear, a little while ago today. It was actually clean. I think maybe we're going to want to get out of these trees. Help stop making so much of a racket in here. Well, there's a black bear out there. Could be a good chance for bag another one. Where is he at? Gonna blend in with all those trees back there real well. No, not that. Does this call out the black bear? Ooh, maybe. Maybe not. I'm not quite understanding where it's trying to tell me she is. Another warning call. It's close, so I think she is somewhat aware of me here. But I'm not seeing. Now I'm seeing. Alert. It's standing up. I think that was good. I don't have the other perks needed to see, like, health percentage and stuff. Oh, wow. That landed. I think... Wait, did I just pull out the... I pulled out the Ranger, too. Wrong caliber. But I think it dropped him there. There's some other deer I just saw scatter. I'm not sure. It might have dropped her. Yeah. Alright. Incorrect ammo type. I think. Class 7. Yeah, it's because I popped out the Ranger there. That is not the correct ammo. It goes 2 to 6 for that. Whoops. That's unfortunate, but I mean, geez. So most of the damage is done with the liver and the stomach shot. Ooh, so I was a little low there. Alright. I was not quite the intended target, but you know, that was a bit of a lucky shot there. That second one. But very nice. And yeah, compared to this, Layton Lake is just like a solid, dense forest, comparatively. I don't entirely mind it, but it is pretty rough on a beginner. I think it'd be far better bringing my wife out here for practice for us. Oh, that's right, I forgot. I have the dog as well, and the ATV. I don't know if I want to get... I do kind of want to get the dog. How can you not? I've always wanted a bloodhound in real life. It would be so cool.
This is the place. The supplies should be
Big
laid
Dan,
out, ready for
Little
you to
Ann.
pick them up. We need at least 6 water bottles,
Oh,
a couple
there
of
they
cans
go.
of peaches or whatever we've got there.
Oopsies.
And there should be a stack of flyers. Grab them too.
Might use turkeys to practice the getting the shotgun skills up and stuff for the bow. Bow hunting turkey could be pretty interesting. Let's claim this. And I don't know what I would want to do for... I mean, I would kind of like to... I didn't heal over time. Do you have to sleep?
You got everything? Fantastic. The tower isn't too far to go from here.
I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Let me take a look through. Well, rifle ammo 2 to 4s, 2 to 4. Yep. All right. So then now that we have that, we go into inventory, ammo, sights too. Do we want to put this sight on? Probably. And that's got the same sight. I haven't bought a new scope for it yet, but, you know. 2 to 6, 2 to 6. I think I just held on to these soft point bullets to use on some smaller game, which I think isn't really gonna be too important now, since we'll have the 22 for the smaller game that I was conserving them for. Alright, so now it wants us to go up to that tower, directly into our wind. So that's also... What about these turkeys over here? Are they still out here? They are. They're calm. That one's not. Alright. Well, let's forget about him for now. There's quite a few over there. They're about 200 meters out. I don't remember how far it said this was good for. I think it was like 100. That sounds about right. How much noise does a 22 make? I wouldn't feel like it's that much, but... Oh, it's real quiet. Oh, that missed. That missed. But he died. Alright. Yeah. Okay, so it's got a heavy, pretty solid drop-off. They're still calm. That didn't freak them out. Maybe we can just, like, link around here, right? We'll make a kind of wide path around them. Our scent is still out of their direction. And then we'll get ourselves set up. They become alert. Shit. I don't think I caught any of them there. Maybe. I'm still not entirely sure how the hunting pressure works. Well, medium lead rate. It said something about, like, looking at a kennel for the dogs. So I think I was looking in some of the wrong places for him. I would kind of like to get a puppy. There it is. Winged him. Not great on my part. I feel like that's kind of a bright for only catching one. Do you think I did manage to catch another one of them? And they were flying up this way, and I was just kind of making some crazy Hail Mary shots. Was that something out there? It almost looked like a fox or something like that. Oh, there's more turkey. I almost feel like I should head back to get the dog. I think it might help. I'll be spending quite a bit of time trying to track down things that probably don't even exist, really. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I just didn't get another one, and it just looks... That's pretty bright, though. Though it would be over here. Is that right? Unless I hit another one poorly and it just flew away for a while like that one. I'm gonna assume that was it. Then we're gonna fast travel back over here real quick just because I don't want to walk down. And there doesn't seem to be a penalty to fast traveling. Besides maybe resetting animal positions. That could be a thing. And then let's look around. I just got the hiccups all of a sudden. I want... What do we want here? What are we looking for? Is it storage? Maybe is our dog in storage? A kennel. Kennel. What do you mean? Kennel. God. I'm... Alright. Bloodhound. Labrador Retriever. Oh man, he looks just like my friend's old dog. Don't own the required DLC, that's... Well, I guess we are only getting a bloodhound. Male or female who... Aww. That does look quite a bit like... Yeah, she is small. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna be cheesy and do the fucking little Ann. Very cool. Bloodhounds are known for their incredible sense of smell, making them great friends for hunters. With over 300 million receptors in their brain, they can both follow blood tracks at great distances and find clues in thick brush. Apart from its prowess tracking blood, the bloodhound also makes a great companion on long hunts. Damn. 300 million scent receptors. That's impressive. And I think we are also supposed to, like... Whoa. Yeah, 6 out of 9. Spend half my money on... Yep. She deserves it. Hold, bead, interact. We got, oh, we got hold. Play, pet, stay, sit, lay down. How do you pet? Good girl. Aww. Who's a good girl? Alright. Now we got our dog. We're feeling good. Life is good. We're happy. We got our 22 with a pretty sad amount of bullets left. That might become the other problem pretty rapidly, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna rip through that ammo so fast with my incredibly inaccurate shots, and I think I'm gonna end up spending more money than I could possibly make off of it. Our companion is leveled up. Cool. I don't know what you're doing over there, man, but good job. You keep at it. So I was watching some other YouTube people learning a little bit about things, and someone had mentioned something somewhere, whether it was what I read or watched, I don't know, I don't care, whatever, that it generates the animals when you find the need zones. So is there like fewer animals until you've really explored and found the need zones, or am I reading into that incorrectly? It feels like it'd be kind of weird if there was just no animals in the world until you had walked around and found their need zones for them to exist. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I feel like it doesn't work that way, but it would be nice to know. My guy isn't just gonna, like, drop dead of a heart attack all of a sudden from my sprinting, is he? That'd be pretty wild. Oh, this place is gorgeous. I could absolutely do this. Well, I have an extremely strong fear of heights. So this specifically would be a bit of a challenge for me.
Fantastic. That tower should have everything it needs now. How's the view from up there?
Beautiful.
It's great to have a hunter like yourself around. I'm grateful for your help with the
Don't
supplies.
get ahead of yourself.
I can't wait to hear your Silver Ridge hunting stories.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna be interesting.
Here recently. But with a hunter of your caliber on the reserve, we're gonna show folks that this is still the best place in the Rockies to hunt.
Yeah, they'll see the things they could be shooting.
With us. We were able to convince Remy Warren to visit, and he's been logging his solo hunts out here for a week or so.
Yeah, I couldn't
He's
come
got a
up
pretty
these
decent
stairs.
following online, so hopefully he's impressed with the reserve. When I proposed using social media to promote the reserve, the board were a little hesitant. But they're giving us a chance to try something new, and I'm sure it'll be worth it.
Yeah, it's like a flight or two too many, I don't know. That's a little much for me.
So I suppose you were wondering why I wanted you to grab the flyers, right?
Kinda.
There are people who come out here just to visit the lake. I'm fine with people standing on the shore, but until we know exactly what's going on, we need to keep people out of it.
What do you mean? What's going on with the lake?
I have these flyers made up so we can pin them to our bulletin boards. There's a trail
They
that leads
dumping
straight to
chemicals
the
in 'em?
lake, so I'd like
Turn
you
the
to pin up
frogs
one of
gay?
these flyers at the trailhead. Now, the flyers cover the basics: heavy metals, mining waste, and why to avoid diving in. It's not much, but until we know more, it's all we have. The lake is beautiful, and it's always pulled in visitors. It still looks the same as it ever did. Maybe even better, now that it's calm and peaceful. But now, I can't look at it without seeing what it did to my dad, or what it's doing to the reserve. People discover that we have one contaminated lake and assume that the reserve isn't worth visiting anymore.
It's contaminated?
So far, the local wildlife seems okay.
I gotta get the hell out of here.
But our bookings for visitors, and especially hunters, have dried up. I have a few contingency plans that I want to try out. I'm a little nervous, though, as our board can be a little conservative. And if my ideas don't involve pulling in hunters, it can be really tricky to get them on board. It was easier to convince the board to invite yourself and Remy into the reserve, given that you're both hunters with good reputations. I'm glad you said yes.
Not surprising to hear. I wonder how much I had to pay them to make up those stories. Because they definitely didn't tell them... Yeah, maybe they told them about the bear. From earlier. That no one gets to see. You know, they say there's nothing wrong with the water out here, but there's not many animals out here trying to drink from it, is there? Or at least not finding trails of corpses that drank from it. So that's promising-ish. Let's... Oh, whoa. Oh, okay, I gotcha. I'm being silly. Easily distracted. He was coming in, actually. It's at 100 to 140 before. He came in about another 10 meters or so, and then my sprinting scared him off. Oh, well.
One down, one to go. Keep following the trail to the lake.
Sure thing, bucko. Oh, there he is. Turkey. He's alert. He's close. Still got mating calls going on. We're getting... I don't know exactly the range on a shotgun, But I feel like it's pretty solid, right? But I didn't see anything flying. Well, now all of a sudden, it's not far. I mean, this should. It's a shotgun. Any more? I was kind of hoping that bang would just start to like flush them out. And then I'd use this other shot, but negative. Alright, what do we got? Bronze. So yeah, it would have been silver if I had something for a level 1. That's alright. We got another turkey. Bagging them. A little more shotgun proficiency, which is really the big thing I wanted there. Because I would like to get some birdshot. But we need rifle, not rifle, shotgun levels first to be able to get the birdshot. I don't remember how much we needed, but suffice it to say, that was our first shotgun, maybe second shotgun kill, so we're still gonna need quite a bit more points.
Take a look at the water.
It's
If I hadn't
nice.
told you, would you suspect that the lake was dangerous?
I guess not. I did just say it looks nice, so yep. Ooh. I don't have the right thing, though. There is so many of them, though. Holy. There it goes. I think we scared him.
We might not be able to monitor the lake 24/7, but at least now people have been warned. Thanks for taking care of that. It's such a strange feeling to be publicizing the very issue that is hurting us at the moment. I know it's the responsible thing to do, but it still feels slightly like self-sabotage. Our summer season has already started, and normally this whole area would be covered with hikers. I've only seen a handful of people in the reserve recently. I'm sure that things will pick up eventually. But every day, I'm reminded that my dad was the major driving force behind this place. It's just bad timing, I suppose. We'd had some other issues with one of the board members, but that's in the past. The best thing to do is to keep pushing forward. I've got some big plans to help turn things around. Who knows? Maybe we'll have this place at full strength by the time my dad gets back in the saddle.
Who knows? Mayhaps you will.
I'm talking a lot about family stuff, aren't I?
$1,000.
I suppose work and family are the same thing for me, you know? I've been watching my dad do this job since I was a kid. Let's change the subject, shall we? I've got a job that I'd like you to take care of. The big plans I mentioned before? One of these plans is a little passion project of mine. We're gonna need some gear. Repelling gear, actually. I have stashed a few bags at one of the nearby outposts, and I'd like you to head over there and pick them up, when you can. I've been doing adventure sports for about 10 years or so now. It started with bouldering and rock climbing while I was on a high school trip. Last year, I got an accreditation as an instructor, and I was planning on teaching classes. When my dad got ill, I put it on the back burner. But now, I think we have a good opportunity to commit to it. Unfortunately, I'm a little too busy to teach classes just now. But one of my base jumping friends, Sammy, took the same course as me, so she's gonna lead the class instead.
pretty close with him. He's still calm. Still making mate calls. He's on to me. They're both on to me. Shit. Come on. Why the reload's so slow? Well, we got one turkey. I think. I'm not sure about this other one back here, but I think we got him. Maybe. Maybe not. Nothing. Alright. Well, we still managed to bag one turkey. It took a little longer than I expected it would, but that's alright. Let's get up here. Let's claim this. And outpost unlocked. It's a nice little cabin. Not too super fancy, but I guess you don't really need anything that fancy. 11 shells. That's probably okay. Alright, yeah. We're gonna take a little bit of a break. So, I'll be back. Alrighty. And we're back here again with some full belly. Hopefully there will be a little bit more focus then. So while I'm here, why don't I actually take a look at 12 gauge E. Yeah, that's a little further away than I thought. And I'm pretty sure we could this is a 16 gauge, but those bullets are not free. They're cheap though. They are pretty cheap, which I guess would make some sense considering 25-meter range. Yeah, you gotta be pretty damn close, don't you? But I mean, otherwise, if I'm using this thing, it's really super overkill. At the same range as well, actually. Yeah, why don't we do that, actually? That makes some sense to me. That's probably good. We'll switch them out. Get the 16 gauge birdshot. That out of here. Get the Grelic. Yeah, we are riding like right on the cusp of overweight.
Tracks are my good.
And this is currently using the polymer tips. And I got the soft points for a backup. So I want to make my way up to that story mission place thing over there. Along the way, hopefully we find a couple of turkeys, but we gotta be 25 meters away. We gotta get pretty close to them then. That's not a bad one. That one's a little nicer. It's still pretty far away. Made him alert. He's calm again. Okay. Saved it. Let's try to keep him chill. This is a pretty good angle. Good distance. I don't know. Well, no, I take it back. We got a vital. We got a medium bleed rate. You shouldn't go too far then. Just up over here. And startle the bison, that's fine. We managed to catch the lung. A blondie, huh? Pretty decent silver. Nice. There's another 782. Got pretty quiet all of a sudden. I mean, besides some of these birds, but it seems like everyone's deciding to hunker down. We got more turkeys. Actually, I think they're close enough. Our canine companion is leveled up. There we go. They don't like to come out though, do they? They're so close. Oh my goodness. Please don't spook. I never put the freaking right ammo in it. How do I... Why are you not? Oh no, it's got like... How do I... Oh no. Shit. What's that? Why did you do that? No. Oh no. Fuck. Well, I'm pretty sure I just scared the turkeys away whistling because I'm not sure how do you change holding the reload button. I probably should have been paying attention to that a while ago. Before it became mission critical. Well, at least now we know for next time, right? Right. So then it has one chamber for a 9.37. I would imagine it's a pretty decent sized round then. What is it leading me to out here? Wasn't it another outpost? I think so. Let's just sprint to it. There shouldn't be anything out here really.
gear is in here. I packed it into a couple of backpacks. It shouldn't be too heavy.
What was the gear again? Warning call, 120. Nah. We're basically here. Yeah, 45, we got 30, 42, should be good.
You got everything? There's a good rock face nearby that Sammy can use to teach her beginners. If I recall correctly, you also have some mountain climbing experience. I get it. Those mountain goats aren't easy to catch. There's some good anchoring points at the top of the rock face. If you can get those ropes nice and secure, it'll save Sammy some time and help the class.
Sure thing, boss. Well, I mean, it's gonna take us right back by those turkeys then, huh? Some of the bison. So we got mating calls coming out. The wind is in our favor. We're getting pretty close. No, it's just in like these weird, awkward spots. And they never seem to like coming out. I'm not understanding what I wasn't seeing. We're close. Is she over a hill? I think. Like, just barely. Holy guacamole. That was a bit trickier than I anticipated. But we done did it. We got a turkey. We got a turkey. With the appropriate ammo and everything. Holy crap. It's silver. Not a bad turkey. Another 29 shotgun score. Beautiful. I actually snuck up on her real good. I'm proud of myself. What was the storyline thing over here again? Right. Gotta set up some rappelling gear. Yeah, I'm pretty much gonna ignore it and let him startle. Not quite ready to hunt them yet. This is their idea of fleeing. I'm half tempted to start shooting at them then. I mean, I need the money. I might just leave them alone. Though they're making it kind of hard for me to make that decision because they're running away from me so slowly.
Truth be told, I've wanted to start an extreme sports group
can't
here for a
jump on
long
them.
time, but the old chairman of the board pushed back against anything that wasn't hunting. He was very old-fashioned, though. The patriarch of the Simpkins Electronics Empire. He even forced his vegan animal rights activist son, Timothy, to come with him on hunting trips to Africa. Accused the activist of brainwashing his son. The family reputation around here dropped quite dramatically when my dad caught Timothy drinking and dealing drugs inside the reserve. Simpkins actually used his power on the board to keep my dad quiet. But the next time my dad caught Tim in the reserve, he wasn't just dealing drugs. He had been poaching. Dad called it in without even telling Simpkins Sr. Of course, he was furious. Tried to get my dad fired, actually. But all credit to the board. They stuck with my old man. All these changes I want to make will hopefully account for the loss of the Simpkins' money and influence. This is just a start, too. I'm proposing snowboarding and extreme skiing for the winter. I've got some friends who I'd love to invite over to shoot some videos. Could be fun, don't you think?
Yeah.
Anyway, if the rappelling goes well and makes a little money, I think the old folks on the board will start to come around.
Yeah, there's some pretty nice spots here for some snowboarding.
That looks great. I doubt I could have done a better job myself. Don't let the ropes down. We don't need them getting all tangled up. I really appreciate your help with this one. It's been an uphill battle to get to this point, and I'm disappointed that I can't be there to run the classes myself. If I'm being honest, I have a lot invested in the classes going well. There's still some people on the board who are friends with the old chairman, and it seems pretty clear that they don't like me proposing new ideas. Anyway, I'll let Sammy know that we're good to go. I trust her to take care of it.
Yeah, my son's washing down there.
Hey, so listen. There might be a situation going on at the moment and I could really use your help to check it out. It's not just gold and silver mining that took place out here. Even more recently, there was a working uranium mine in the area.
What?
When the reserve was established, we took responsibility for keeping it safe.
Are you for real?
Anyway, the old uranium mine is very rarely a problem. But recently, it appears that one of our neighbors, a guy I went to school with actually, has been spotted camping out around the mine.
Why?
His name's Bobby Joe Jefferson. He's normally just a nuisance, driving his quad bike around and setting up little shooting ranges with tin cans. He makes the deer and turkeys extra skittish, so the hunters hate him. Can you head over to the mine and see what's going on? He's allowed to hike and camp there, but I don't want him going anywhere near the entrance itself.
I don't think anyone should. Travel to the uranium mine. Lovely. That sounds like a great idea. Why the hell would you set up a camp at a uranium mine? Dinosaur Hill. We got a Jurassic Park expansion up here. Holy shit. I'll probably call it Dinosaur Hill because I'm gonna be a dinosaur before I get up here. Just like Skyrim. Just gotta keep sprint, jump, jump, jump. Come on. Yeah. Alright. I think it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Nope. Slipping. Come on. Come on. Was it this place that said something about mountain goats? Holy shit, I am turning into a mountain goat. I better be a really good mountain goat, or it's gonna be a really long drop. Yeah, I've walked pretty far along here, and I haven't seen anything that makes me feel like a mountain goat signs. Maybe it was that Reventuli or something I was looking at. Though I feel like this would be a great place for the mountain goats. I feel like I made a slight mistake. Oh my god. You got knocked out by gravity. Alright. It'll get you. It will get you. Alright. Well. How do you... where do you... is the ATV garage section. Ah, gotcha. Let's grab the crimson one. Your vehicle has arrived. Alright. We're going kilometer or so that way. Which way are we going? The fuck was that? Did our dog just like teleport underneath the wheel? Fuck it up. Whoa. How the fuck did... How'd I go on two wheels there? I'm not going that fast. Excuse me? Huh, what? There's a what? That's doing what? Well, that answers questions. What did I just see walking by? I was kind of wondering if there was any kind of like big things around here that might be dangerous. It turns out, yeah. Yeah, besides the bear, we do have danger animals. We got mountain lions out here. I think they're not terribly likely to attack people, but they will.
Okay, first things first. Let's make sure that the mine itself is still secure.
They're a little braver than a coyote. I hope you gave me a Geiger counter or something here.
A trail camera? I've used these for work and for hunting before. This one shouldn't be here, though. We don't want hunters so close to the mine. Grab the camera. Another trail camera. Bobby Joe doesn't have a permit to hunt here. Is he poaching?
You can go.
This looks intact, at least. That's gotta be a good sign. Hopefully that's the last one. Pick him up and I'll put him in our lost and found when I can take him from you. I don't really understand what's going on with the cameras, but at least the entrance is secure. Let's go find his camp, shall we? It was actually Remy that called this one in. He doesn't know who Bobby Joe is, but I knew who it was as soon as Remy described him. That looks like his camp. Any sign of him?
Nope. He stole the sign, though. Why? You fucking weirdo.
Rifle cartridges. That's not good news. Binoculars. Maybe he was hunting. Some snacks? Not enough to last a long trip, though.
And he
I'm
left
seeing a
it
pretty
all.
worrying pattern here. Take a look in the tent. A journal. Maybe this will show us why he's out here.
More signs of activity around the disused uranium mine. Footprints, some superficial damage to the mine entrance. Decided to camp out by the mine. There's been no activity tonight. Gonna stay up till dawn. Sleep till lunchtime. Truck just drove by most of the way in towards the mine. Black with tinted windows. I had to guess the government are sending agents out to retrieve resources from the mine. And I'm real coming forgetting. This government conspiracy. Interesting stuff.
That's our sign. Pick it up, would you?
You got it, pal.
Secret uranium mining. Government
Oh,
conspiracy?
for fluff's sake.
I'll be honest. I never credited Bobby Joe with this much imagination in high school. Replant the sign, and we're done here for now. You know what makes this extra weird? He actually has done some detective work. Enough to convince himself to camp here.
I mean... Nah, it doesn't really sound outside the realm of possibility. I mean, if the government is actually mining uranium in a protected forest reserve sort of thing, it all would have to be kept pretty hush-hush, or people would lose their fucking minds over it. I mean, even with our society nowadays, everyone freaks out over a lot of weird stuff that is not that big of a deal.
Back up? Great. This mine has never been a problem before, but let's not take any chances.
If they're actually doing something that is a big
Me and my dad have
deal,
been dealing with Bobby Joe for years,
everyone will
but
lose
this
it.
is new. I know he's a nuisance, but I always felt sorry for him. He had a pretty tough upbringing. I don't want to call the police, but I have to. He's armed and known for making poor choices.
Why does that sound familiar? Who does that remind me of? Armed,
It would appear that
makes
it's
poor
not just
choices.
the neighbors that are making questionable calls today. Sometimes folks from the city will drive out here to get away from work or their personal lives or whatever happens to be bothering them.
Right.
The problem is that sometimes, quite often actually, people wander into the wilderness without a clue of how to survive if things go wrong. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. And based on a couple of phone calls I've had from the hospital today, I think that someone has made a mess and could use some help. I was going to check in on them myself, but I need to coordinate with the police on this Bobby Joe thing, and you're already really close by. Can you head over to the campgrounds nearby and check in on them? The phone calls were sporadic at best. As far as I can tell, this professional yoga and meditation expert has led a group of accountants from Denver into the wilderness on some sort of spiritual retreat.
Oh my god, they followed a
She took their
fucking
cell
yoga
phones
instructor
away
out
from
here.
them, eating wild flowers and berries.
Oh
Some
my
of them got sick and have gone directly to the hospital.
Yeah, you don't eat just
I know that we're not the
elderberry.
reason why this happened, but it could look very bad for us if anyone gets seriously hurt. I'd appreciate if you'd hustle. Check it out.
Oh my god. There's so much wrong with all of everything he just said. I mean, no, you know, if you're just gonna go through for a short walk in the woods, you don't need to have like a full survival kit. You don't need to know how to survive in the woods. But some basic things, like your cell phone, is gonna be pretty good to have with you. Some bare common sense knowledge of surviving if things go terribly wrong is a good idea. You definitely shouldn't be wandering around intent on some spiritual journey with no knowledge of how to survive. Yeah, you're gonna eat the wrong berry, you're gonna end up with the shits, you're gonna be in the hospital. If you make it to the hospital. I mean, as I've said, not a professional hunter, but living in Maine, you learn some of these things as just... That's it. You don't go wandering out in the woods without your phone, a lighter,
They said they were bringing 20 people.
basic
Where is
things,
everyone?
water.
Is the leader in her tent? She goes by Jem Botten. Can you hear the phones ringing?
Uh-huh.
I guess we know where she hid them then. The accountants
Idiot.
have left. I'm going to send someone to make sure they got back to their cars safely.
Bring our phones back to the office ASAP.
This is an absolute disaster. A bunch of poisoned accountants and a lone woman climbing a non-specific mountain. Next time someone tries to run a retreat out here, I'm gonna make them hire a professional guide.
I think
She's
that probably would have been a
expecting
good
the others to meet at the
practice from
top
the
of a
beginning.
mountain. Which one? This is exactly the sort of thing I find myself fighting uphill against. It's hard to get going when stuff like this keeps...
Yeah.
Okay, first things first.
Oh my God.
We need to figure out where Bodden's gone. I'll try to reach some of the accountants back at the hospital. Maybe they can help. I get the
Please.
distinct feeling that she hasn't packed hiking boots or proper equipment for
No.
a climb. Maybe she'll turn back soon.
Doubt it.
I'll let you know if I hear anything, okay?
For the love of all that is holy, please don't ever be like these people.
Today continues to throw up challenges for us. I have another job for you, and this one is urgent. We received a call from one of our neighbors, Norman, asking if we'd seen his dad, a longtime friend of the reserve. Apparently he's gone missing and he's taken all the family camping supplies with him. Around the
At
same
least
time,
this one has knowledge
two
and
hikers
stuff.
reported to us that they spotted a single old man laden down with gear, heading into a part of the reserve that is known for its bears. When they asked him if he needed any help, he politely declined and kept walking. Their description matches old Ted perfectly. Short white hair, green rain slicker, and brown leather boots. No gun. I'm trying to get a hold of
Well,
Norman, but he said that he'd make some more calls
that's a
just in
little
case
different.
Teddy's gone to visit friends. I'm just getting his voicemail at the moment. While I sort this out, can you head over to where the hikers saw him and try to follow old Teddy's trail? He knows his way around here, so I have no idea why he'd wander into bear country.
That is not close. It's a little bumpy. I think I might be able to get a little bit there. I'm just not sure if we could actually... That's a bear. I think we found bear country. I think the hardest part would just be getting enough speed and going up over something. And most of these hills are a little too sloping. Maybe like the side of the road or something. Maybe ramping off one of those logs. It unsettled it a bit. Oh yeah, it gets there. It gets there. Not a whole bunch, but she comes off the ground. Oh, it comes off the ground. Yeah, nice. It might be loud as hell, scaring away all of the animals, but it is fun. It's probably... Oh, Jesus. Oh. Ooh. I mean, not super realistic, but fairly realistic feeling. I guess if it was super realistic, I'd be dead a couple times over. Why am I driving through all of these trees? I am that kind of crazy. It's everywhere. No. Jesus. At least they take a hell of a beating. Found the guy's camp.
That's the place. You found where the hikers spotted him. That's good news. Listen, I got a hold of Norman and he's on his way out here. But he's a couple of hours drive away. I told him that we were looking for his dad. Norman's really worried. He thinks that Ted has had a breakdown. Ted's wife, Jeannie, died a couple of weeks ago, and since the funeral, Ted hasn't been himself. The family were giving him as much space as they could, but now they're worried that he's fully isolated himself and he's made some bad decisions that have led him here. Norman took a trip to visit him, but when he arrived, Ted was gone and so was his car. Norman remembers his dad saying that he proposed to Jeannie during a trip to Silver Ridge Peaks 45 years ago.
Damn.
That whole region is a beautiful valley, but nobody goes out there unarmed while the bears are roaming around. It might be a long shot, but can you gear up with whatever you need and head into bear country as soon as possible? If Ted's looking for where he proposed almost a half a century ago, I just hope he finds it before the bears find him.
I get the
I'll
feeling
mark
he's
the
not
beauty
too
spot on your
concerned.
GPS. Be careful in those parts. Keep your rifle handy at all times.
45 years. He doesn't care. I couldn't imagine. I mean, we haven't been married for that long, but we've been together for over 10 years. About... I think this year makes 10 years of us being together. We've been married for... 2? 1.5. I don't know. I'd probably drive myself out into bear country too.
This place has been torn apart. There's no blood, no body. He's left his pack here, though. He must be traveling light, but we can't wait for him to come back to camp. The bear could still be around.
Just run around a little bit and he'll run away. The Southern Rockies are dotted with geothermal sulfur hot springs. Ooh. These were used by the Ute tribe for medicinal purposes, and when the European colonists arrived, their presence, in combination with the snow-capped peaks and glacial lakes, led them to dub the region the Switzerland of America. Well, that sounds very lovely. So are they trying to tell me there is a bear around here, or...
This is the beauty spot. But he's gone. There's no sign of an encounter. But look, Ted was definitely here.
Wow.
Ted and Jeannie, 1978. I can't even imagine what's going through his head at the moment. My dad and I used to talk about men who would seek their solace in nature. He told me that if he didn't have my mom or me around, he'd eventually have just started living out here. I didn't believe him at first, but as I've grown older, it makes more sense to me.
Yep.
He's running from the pain he's feeling. Out there, he doesn't need to think about anyone or anything else. He can just be alone. Norman will be here soon. I told him that his visit will include a trip to bear country, so he's got a rifle to protect himself. I'll point him to his dad's old camp for now. It makes most sense for that to be where Ted will come back to whenever he's ready. There's no tracks for you to follow, and while I don't like the idea of him wandering around, Ted clearly wants to be alone out here.
Well, I mean, that was pretty obvious to me earlier when you said his wife died 2 weeks ago. I bet he wants to be left alone. I can't imagine anything else possible. I would want to be left so alone. Yeah, I'd come way the fuck out in the middle of the mountain, leave no trace, and for the love of God.
On our missing yoga
Yeah.
instructor.
Leave me the fuck
Sammy was
alone.
driving home after the rappelling lesson, and she heard something that could be Miss Bodden. She had pulled over to look under the hood of her car, and she swears she heard a scream from the woods nearby. And I asked her if it could have been an animal noise, but she seemed pretty insistent that it was a woman's scream.
Oh, a woman that was
I know
not
it's nothing
prepared.
solid to go on, but it could be what leads us to her. Can you check it out? I'll mark the spot on your GPS.
1.5. Oh my good gravy. Alright, let's fast travel over. Pick up a new ATV. That was a bit of a weird quest line there. Also, I don't really have any problem with, but like, the guy's surprise and like, reluctance to just leave the guy alone. I mean, I know, you know, going out in bear country, alright, whatever, but he even said that, you know, he's been there before. It's not like he's unfamiliar with the territory. If he's been married for 45 years, I would imagine he's not young anymore. He definitely would have known what he was doing far better than the yoga instructor. I don't know. I'm not sure what keeps happening, but every now and again, he'll just, like, kick out. There is not much to hit, except for those. What happens if you run them over? Can you actually kill anything hitting them with this? Does it count at all? Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe something's just like dashing out and smacking into the ass end of it. That would not surprise me terribly much, actually. Oh, look at them all. Let's cross it out right below. Let's see. Oh god, it hurt me. Way more than it hurt him. Oh. Oh god, it's just like Dad said, it's true. Alright, so nothing happens. That's good to know it hurts you. Well then, let's see... Yeah. It was a fair ouchie. Whoa. Yeah, if I rocked it that much, then it probably is something running in the back end of it. Or maybe it's just the bumps. Run through some poop and it's like one of the banana peels in Mario Kart. Alright, let's cut off over here. Keep scaring everything. Fuck it. Oh, look at that. Hunting stand out here. Nice.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you. This is bear country.
You have said
Sure,
that.
they're normally quick to turn tail and run, but they're extremely aggressive if their cubs are nearby. It's time for maximum caution.
Colorado's last grizzly. The last grizzly bear recorded in the state of Colorado was killed by one Tom Sharp in September 1979. Huh. According to Sharp's extraordinary version of events, it occurred when the outfitter was out archery elk hunting in the San Juan wilderness and was suddenly charged by a 400-pound female grizzly. When she knocked the bow out of his hands, he instinctively grabbed the nearest arrow and plunged it into her chest, hitting a jugular and killing her almost instantly. In hospital, Sharp was arrested under the Endangered Species Act. He maintains he acted in self-defense to this day. Wow, that's interesting. That's kind of hard to rule around now, I guess, isn't it? I mean, should he still be arrested? It's kind of hard to prove self-defense against an animal.
Looks like someone forgot their bear deterrent. Mind you, if you're caught unaware, it might not help. I'll never forget the time I was hunting elk with a group of friends, and a 1,200-pound grizzly came in hot from 30 yards out. Some of us had bear spray, but the wind was too strong to use it. The only reason we made it out alive is because the bear got confused when all 6 of us split up. It was like something out of a movie.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is the exact opposite of what you would want to do. Right? Because then it's just going to pick one, the smallest, chase them down. Right? You want to all group together close and make yourselves look big and make a shit ton of noise, right?
Can you hear that? It's like a horn or something.
An air horn. Yeah, it's not someone screaming.
There.
Holy.
On the ground.
That's obnoxious. How is it?
An air horn app. I've heard of people trying to scare away bears and cougars with real-life air horns. Personally, I've never really trusted using sound to scare off a bear. Not permanently, at least.
Huh.
Well, that's the contact number I had for her. Cell phone service can be really poor out there, though. Still, she was here. Check out the bear markings on that tree.
Wait. Yep. Yep.
There's no sign of her, is there? If she tried to hide from a bear up a tree, she found out pretty fast bears are great climbers.
Yeah. Oh
Maybe
shit,
she
she
threw
might
the
have.
water bottle in her phone to give herself a chance to escape. Are there any more clues?
There's a mountain lion that's not very
A
happy.
bear. Be careful.
What? Shit. What? What? Fuck. Why am I here at night? It's fleeing. Is it? Oh. Is it actually fleeing? So that's the part of this I found kind of weird. He keeps, like, trying to act like these bear are the most vicious, deadly things around. But really...
Mountain lion, puma, cougar, whatever you want to call it. Don't let your guard down around one. They usually try to make themselves scarce around humans, but I hear there's been a couple of sightings in the reserve recently.
Yeah, that bear turned tail and ran. Just about instantly. He wanted nothing to do with me. That mountain lion, however, could be a very different story. Is he still coming this way? He might have been stalking the deer. Yeah, it's getting close. Yeah, that bear is already gone. Shit, it's running. Yeah, I don't... These bear aren't that much of a danger. I'm really surprised that there was any issue with them. It says it wants us to investigate the area. Or the person dropped their phone. Was there more to it? Did they, like, want me to go after the bear? Or is there something else that I'm just not being smart? He did, like, instantly follow it up with something about, oh, a bear, oh gosh, a black bear, watch out, oh no, it's gonna run away. I'm not sure what else I can investigate around here, my guy. Yeah, there is a bear out here. Ooh, bear poopy, yay. I feel like you really gotta be more specific here, my friend. Investigate the area where Baden dropped the phone. That's right around the spot. Yep, there's bear here. Definitely bear here. They're definitely not super aggressive like you keep trying to make it out to be. They are all definitely running away very often. I am very legitimately full-on confused. Though it all stopped after, oh, the bear! Oh no, it ran away! And then it just, we're half the way done, but I don't know what the other half is. I'm standing on it. I am literally right on it. There's nothing here. Right, we investigated the tree. He said the thing. I tried to climb up the tree, escape the bear. Find out that wasn't gonna work. Oh, look, a bear. Oh. And I looked and I was like, what? Bear? Fuck, where? What? And then it was there and it ran. And now it's like 700 yards away that way. And then there was another one. And now it's just saying, investigate the area where she dropped her phone. Is it bugged? I feel like I've had a couple of other quest lines act about the same way on me all of a sudden. And, well, they're just still broken, actually. Like, I was discovering all kinds of bear tracks and stuff, but it wasn't checking them off on Layton Lakes. For me to come back is going to be such a long drive from one of these places, but I think I kind of have to, because something weird's happened here. I'm not too sure.
I know it's dangerous, but we really need to check out that area where Botten lost her phone.
Well, I did. What do you want from me? I don't care if it's dangerous. Really doesn't bother me. One single bit. I have plenty of guns. I am not at all worried. 4 fucking kilometers to drive. It's really not that quick. This thing could be so much faster, and it would really be okay. Was I like supposed to investigate these or something?
Those look like fresh footprints. She made it out of there, heading west.
Oh my god.
Still, now she has no phone and no water bottle.
Oh.
Let me look at the map and I'll come up with a game plan.
Yeah, yep, that makes, yep. Alright, yep. Yep. Uh-huh. Perfect sense. So if anyone's curious, that takes a solid 10, that's a 10-minute drive from over there to here. A full 10 minutos.
Okay.
Not lying.
Not far
Not
from
exaggerating.
Where you are, we have the old funicular railway. It's pretty big, and it's a tourist attraction. If Botten sees it, then maybe she'll head towards it to look for help. At the bottom of the track, there's an old shed that she could try to shelter close to. It's not much, but it's a start.
Looks like someone forgot their bear deterrent. Mind you, if you're caught unaware, it might not help. I'll never forget the time I was hunting elk with a group of friends, and a 1,200-pound grizzly came in hot from 30 yards out.
Given how badly things have gone for her so far, I can only hope that she's not still planning to climb a mountain.
A little let down by the lack of black bear sightings. I only saw one. I've heard plenty of them, but, well, I guess we've seen 2, technically. One was kind of weird, and I think they just spawned it in front of us, and then it ran away. I'm not entirely sure what the point of that one was. It's like they were trying to prove that, like, you know, they'll sneak up on you and they'll just attack you. They're like, oh, there it is! It's the bear! Look out! And then it runs right away immediately. The moment it stands up and sees me and I put the gun on it, it runs. And they're just like, yeah, they're pretty dangerous. Yeah, technically, they are. They are very dangerous. They are the biggest animal in the forest. If we take the gun out of the equation, they win. Bear wins. Much bigger than people, but they're the biggest cowards of the forest. I've had pretty much every other animal go nuts around me. The deer and the bison have a pretty strong tendency of running at me. But, really? The bear, not so much. They have been the biggest chicken shits ever. Oh, he's a gold. Damn. Damn. Alright, he's a light brown. You know what? You know what? My first gold turkey. Very first gold turkey. Let's taxidermize it. That'll give us a little something that we can do for the end of this. Well, I gotta say, this is a pretty cool trail. This would almost be fun to try to mod and get the wheel to work with it. And, like, give this thing some balls and really rip around. Yeah, that could be fun. That's a pretty
What
nice
the
place.
hell has happened here? It looks like the bears have been using the shed as a latrine and a scratching
I
post.
take it back.
I'm meant to be taking a potential investor to tour the reserve this week. She cannot see this.
Yeah, she's not gonna be happy.
Baden's not here. There's no sign of her. And I still can't get through to the accountants. They've left the hospital and don't have their cell phones.
Yeah, the stop
Can
them.
you put the shed back together and tidy things up a bit?
Are you for real?
I hate to do this, but there's no way I'm gonna make it out there before the tour.
What do you want me to do? Where you keep the baggies?
It might be from a bear, but why would they come here? I don't see bears tearing that off. Thanks.
No.
It's probably still gonna smell pretty bad, but at least it's not covered in bear scat. Bears tend to stay away from humans, and we never kept anything that would attract them inside that shed. Are there any tracks nearby? The place looked fine when I was here last week.
You know, now that you mention it, no, there isn't. Not where you would expect.
That's unexpected. The public don't tend to drive to the funicular, and if it was one of the staff, they'd use quad bikes. This looks like it was left by a car or a truck.
Yeah.
I think someone has vandalized our property. It doesn't make a lot of sense, though. Why would anyone come all the way out here to do this? Maybe bored teenagers? I pulled some stupid pranks when I was young, but none involved ferrying around a bunch of bear scat. Given that this has happened to the shed, I'm a little worried about the railway itself. It's a unique tourist site, over 100 years old. It leads all the way up to Prosperity, the reserve's ghost town. It used to be home to the miners who came out here during the Silver Rush. I think it's a little creepy, but tourists like it. Would you check the track out, please? I would feel a lot better knowing it's okay.
Alright. Yeah, we'll do that. Goes to a ghost town, huh? You know, that's just cool enough to keep my interest on it. Why not? Let's do it. Yeah, it doesn't ride on the tracks too good.
What? What's going on with the rail?
Yeah, don't park on it. What the? What was that? What's going on with this thing? Why is it... Get out of the tree. What was that? That didn't look like most of the other things I've seen. That was a mountain lion. I think I see him up there too. He's not really running. Oh, so much smoke I couldn't see. That looked okay. Alright, come on, little Ann. Let's go find him. Oh, no, that's not a good sign. I keep hitting the wrong button. Though maybe it is a good sign. I think. Find him. Let's go, boy. Grow. Yeah. There it is. Look at that. Would you look at that? A male. Oh. See, it would have been a silver, almost a gold. But we... Oh, no. Oh, that's terrible. Got the sacrum and the coccyx and the intestines. Well... we took down our first mountain lion. Yay! Oh, I feel really bad about that one. Ooh, I'm in a weird spot. Now I gotta go. I gotta commit to it. Let's do this slow. Careful, 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 careful. Careful. Ow. Ow. Gravity hurts more than those bears do. I felt more threatened by that mountain lion than the bears.
Torn up? As in removed? How did they even...
Yeah, that's a really good question.
It's just been ripped out of the ground. Gone. This would have taken a crew and equipment.
Yeah.
This isn't teenagers with too much time on their hands.
No.
This is the sabotage of one of our irreplaceable attractions. I need some pictures.
Attraction.
I'm gonna send them to the police.
What are you... Is this like a roller coaster ride? Oh, God. Yeah, that could get real bad real quick.
I'm on hold with the sheriff's office. Then I think I need to call my dad.
Alright.
Since it appears that someone is trying to sabotage the reserve, I need you... Hello, yes, Sheriff Cole, please. I need you to head up to the ghost town and see if they've done any damage there. I'll check in later. Jerry, hey.
There is a ghost
Thanks
town.
for picking up so fast.
2 kilometers away. Oh man, I've learned what that means. That's about 7 minutes. That's yeah. I think I'm out of time for the day. Alright, we're gonna call it here. We're gonna head over to the Trophy Lodge. Alrighty. Yeah, so this is my blacktail that I caught earlier. He's decent. I think he's probably the best blacktail I've picked up so far. And pretty much all the other blacktail I've seen have been some pretty small female. Well, let's set up our turkey. Nice. Kind of like that one. Now, we're making progress. Still got quite a bit more to fill in, but yeah. Well, alrighty. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. I hope that I see you in the next one, and hopefully we can fill in some more of this place. Take care, everybody.